6 to 9, you're about to have a really good time, and it's sure to make you smile. On the bus, in the car, on the AirPods without wires. Rank it up on the workshop, it's the Bad and Liam podcast. Bad and Liam podcast.
G'day there, podcaster.
How you doing?
Got a great message here, Liam, from Hannah, who said, "Hey Ben and Liam, I'd love you to prank my best friend. Her name is Tasha. She loves to take the bait and she has great banter. She said she's a librarian in the Adelaide Hills, and if you give her a prank call telling her she's in trouble for missing a payment, or maybe something like her iPad's been hacked because she's been using too much of the hub, she'll love it." That was Hannah's suggestion. So I think
Some great ideas there.
I think you call Tasha.
And do I pretend to be...
I think she's been watching too much of the hub on her iPad and it's been hacked.
Okay, cool. Why don't we do that at the very end of the podcast?
Great idea.
You enjoy this first.
And we're about to talk about NFTs. So if you have no idea what that is, keep listening, because I'm sure it's unavoidable this day and age. I reckon last year it was a bit kind of like, you'd
Bit
might
of
have
a
heard of it.
joke.
It's a bit of a joke, whatever. But it's 100% a legitimate thing now. So it's worked its way into the real world so much that the Super Bowl is next week. The Cincinnati Bengals are taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And this year, for the first time ever, when you buy your Super Bowl ticket, you also get an NFT of your ticket with like your row number and your seat number and stuff like that, which will be worth a lot of money because that is commemorating where you sat in that stadium. And in 100 years or even in 50 years, people are going to want that memorabilia.
Yeah, so NFTs, just in layman's terms, as far as I understand it, it's a specific piece of art that you cannot replicate. Like it's got coding behind it, and you are the only person who has that specific piece. And they are, you have more rare pieces, which are worth more. And most of the time online, they're bought with like Bitcoin, which also seemed like a joke a few years ago. But, you'd be laughing if you invested money into it then.
Yeah, so it's the exact same as art, where if you get a famous artist like, say, Banksy, and Banksy does an NFT, that'd be worth so much money because you can prove that Banksy's done that. He releases that NFT, and then you can then buy that, and that's your piece of history forever.
And look, I get it to that extent.
Yep.
I don't get it enough to put my own money into it.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, and in 5 years, I'll be like, man, I wish I bought some of them NFTs.
It'd be exactly the same,
And
though,
I'm
as
hearing now-
Bitcoin, like cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
It's like, you might understand it, but you don't want to buy it. But then in 5 years, you'd be wishing that you did.
I'm hearing now, like, through friends of friends, like, oh, yeah, this guy's, like, big on NFTs now, and this guy's got, like, a wallet full of, like, and someone, like, a friend of a friend supposedly made $100,000. But I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's real or not. But 13, 24, 10. If you have bought one of these NFTs, maybe you can explain it a little bit better to us. Maybe you have made a little bit of money on it. I would love to speak to someone this morning who has bought an NFT.
Yeah, Liam and I are not the experts or the authority on NFT, but if you've bought one, if you're in that game, if you're in that market, we would love to pick your brain this morning. 13 24 10 Adelaide, that is the number. Do you own an NFT? Producer Belle has trouble understanding this, but we were saying to her that it's no different than, like, we put value on a dollar coin, when in reality that coin isn't worth that.
Yeah,
It's exactly the same as an NFT.
And it seems like, oh, what? But it's like on a computer, so then how can it be worth? But then even when you look at your bank, it's not really, you don't have your money under a mattress, do you?
Yeah.
It's like in a bank account, it's all sort of like electronic. Is
if
it even really
everyone
there?
went and withdrew their money from the bank at the same time, there wouldn't be enough money.
That's it. Emma has given us a call. You are the owner of an NFT, is it true?
Hey, yeah, I'm the owner of a few NFTs.
Right. So how long ago did you get into the NFT game?
Listen, it's pretty new. It's only been like 2 months, I would say.
Okay.
So we've sold one. So it's like me and my partner both got into it because we're looking for the get rich scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah. So between us, we have maybe about like 7. But we've got like a Dazed Duck, which is like just this like cool duck animation guy.
Yeah, right.
And,
But then, so Emma, do you do like research on certain artists, or do you just look for the ones that you think look cool and then you just buy that? How do you know what NFT to buy and what one not to buy?
Yeah, so you've got to, it's so much research. So you go to like this different thing, like which is like upcoming NFTs. And then, like, you've literally got to jump on their Discord, read through all of their community to make sure, like, people, like, they have a cult following.
Yeah.
People are, like, you're not getting, like, rugged, which is, like, scammed.
Is
and
it
then
called,
you
did you
have
say
to...
Is it called rugged?
Yeah, it's called rugged.
Oh, my God.
Is that because they pulled
yeah.
the rug out from underneath you? Yeah.
Oh, this is such a different world. Hey,
Possibly.
I'm like writing notes. I don't want to be rugged.
Yeah.
Okay, got to go on Discord. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
So then you do all your research, Emma, and then you find one that you want to buy, and then you just go onto, like, the website is like OpenSea, and then you spend Ethereum and you buy this NFT.
So, yeah, so there's, like, a couple things you can work with. So you can go Ethereum, but Ethereum is, like, for rich people, so we're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, so we work with Solana. So Solana is a bit cheaper. So,
Okay.
and, like, you don't get this thing called, like, a gas fee when you work with Solana. So, like, a gas fee is just, like, extra, like, you know, tax pretty much whenever you purchase
How
one.
much? How much is one Solana in Bitcoin world?
What's Solana, the website?
It's currently, so Bitcoin, well, not Bitcoin, but crypto's taken a bit of a hit.
Yeah.
So it was at like 350, but now it's down to like 160.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, like, do you mind us asking Emma, like, how much your collection would be worth at the moment? I mean, you're only 2
I
months
think
in.
that's the big question.
That's the big question
Yeah.
I want to know. So, like, you're just average Joe Blow. You thought, I want to get onto this and maybe get rich. You've bought 7 over 2 months. Sounds like you sort of know what you're doing. You know about Discord and getting rugged and that sort of stuff. How much have you made?
So we've only sold one so far. So we're holding on to a couple to get their floor price up higher.
Yeah.
But we sold one for 5 sol, which we bought it for like less than 1 sol, and then we've sold one for 5.
So
what's that? What's that in
like Australian
human dollars?
Yeah, what's in your account?
Well, it's definitely hard because at the moment 1 sol is $160. So we bought it for like, I think it was like 0.8 sol.
Yeah.
So that would have been about 120. So
you made $40.
yeah, at the moment.
It's better than a loss.
No.
Yeah, I was hoping you would kind of sway me into being like,
Yeah.
nah, stuff it. I'm going to start leaving work early and just like getting into the NFT game.
Yeah.
But I don't know if like, how much research and time do you think you've invested for that very small?
But the thing is,
reward?
if you can't measure it, though,
Well-
it's not quantifiable because it's going to pay off for you in the long run. Like right
Yeah.
now, 2 months in, it hasn't. But I get big picture. It might be 12 months, might be 24 months. Emma, I'm sure you're
That's
going to
right.
be Elon Musk rich.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning and talking NFTs.
No worries. Have a good one.
Take
Yeah.
it easy. It is fascinating.
Some like rich idiot's going to be like, I give you 500 Ethereum for that dancing duck, and then you can just buy a mansion.
and then you rug them.
Are you ready to hit the road this summer? Hell yeah. Well, it's time to What If It. Visit whatif.com to plan and book your accommodation, flights, activities, even car hire. Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. How good? Booking cancellation windows apply. What if it's Aussie for travel? Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
Then look at the time.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Wendy in Mount Barker, good morning. What are you doing up at this ungodly hour?
Oh, I've just come back from the gym.
You've come back from the gym. And it always blows me away when people say that. That is good hustle. What time did your class start?
I didn't do a class. It was just
Self-motivated.
Jeez, just on the grind. What were you doing? Just picking up some.
yeah, just throwing some weights around. You know what it's like.
What are you benching?
Getting I don't know. Got to bench.
It's all right. I wouldn't even know if it's good or not, even if you told me a number. I'm not a real gym guy, but let's see if you can do the 610 quiz for us. You're already in the draw to win $50,000 just for getting on air, so you're already a winner in a way. Nicole Kidman is up for a Best Actress Oscar. Who is she married to?
Oh, Keith Urban.
Maths groom Andrew from Texas has claimed he slept with over 350 women. My goodness. What is the capital city of Texas?
Dallas?
Ooh, not a bad guess.
No, that is a good guess. It's the only other place you can think of in Texas. What's the capital of Texas, Tommy?
I've got no clue.
No worries. Well, let's see if Emily knows. The capital of Texas?
I don't know either. Sorry.
Really?
No, Nathan from Strathalbyn, Texas, the capital. Do you know it?
Austin.
That's the one. Okay, we got some free phone lines now because a few people dropped off. 132410 is the number if you want to call through. Adelaide Uni is looking for insect taste testers, Nathan. Do you think that's something you'd be interested in?
Probably not.
Yeah,
No.
wouldn't have thought
Wouldn't have
so.
think so.
In The Lion King, which two characters are famous for eating insects?
Not sure.
They're kind of mates in The
I'm
Lion
sure.
King.
Any guesses?
Yeah, I
Have
know.
you seen The Lion King?
Look, I haven't.
You've not seen The Lion King?
haven't seen
You've got to
The
do
Lion
that
King.
this
I know.
weekend.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
Yeah. All right, no worries, Nath.
Anthony, the two characters that love eating insects in Lion King?
I haven't seen The Lion King since I was a kid, so I've got nothing on that one either. I'm
All
afraid.
right,
That's
no
okay.
worries, Anthony.
Hannah, don't even need the names. Like, if you can
Sometimes
name
the questions
animal.
that I don't think will stump people really stump people.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's been a slow morning. Do you know the two characters in Lion King who eat insects?
Timon and Pumbaa.
That's it.
Well done.
Okay, protesters in the Netherlands are apparently planning to egg Jeff Bezos' $700 million super yacht as it passes through. Why not? What language do they speak in the Netherlands?
Dutch.
You're good, Hannah. You're real good. Last question. Adele fans who paid to see her in Vegas are now being offered an Adele impersonator concert as a replacement. How fun. Can you finish these Adele lyrics?
It must. Oh no.
Oh, 50% there. Lewis from Strath. Can you finish the lyrics?
I must have knocked 1,000 times.
It's not. Imogen joins us now. Imogen, finish these lyrics.
I must have called 1,000 times.
Yeah! I mean, I think it's close enough.
Yeah, hang on. Let's actually have a listen to it.
Gonna be honest with you,
you've got
Imogen,
it, yeah.
I thought it was tried 1,000 times. So
Really?
even I didn't have the
See,
answer
I
right.
was pretty confident it was that, but then the other person said knocked 1,000 times. I thought, maybe it is knocked.
Or like, you know,
Yeah.
in the song, like if it changes a few
yeah.
times, so she's been knocking at the door 1,000 times and then she's called. Yeah.
No, Imogen, you are correct. Congratulations, and you're on Nova.
It's Ben and Liam.
An icon of the southern suburbs, the Colonnades shopping centre at Noarlunga is up for sale. So to pitch it to some prospective buyers, we thought we'd get another icon of the southern suburbs. It's Fitzy. Good morning, mate. How you doing?
I'm coming home.
Oh,
And
yeah?
this is, I mean, you guys don't know that this was part of the master plan. I was going to go over to Sydney, make a bit of coin, waiting for the moment for Colonnades to be up for sale.
Yeah.
And I'm coming home. And Liam, I messaged Stephen Marshall yesterday, and it was just a simple message. Can you build a residential home in the middle of a shopping centre? Because I want to live in there.
Well, I mean, for me, it was TTP. For Ben,
It was the Elizabeth City Centre, the shopping centre. It was a perfect square. You just walk around and around and around.
but TTP, I mean, we got the O-Barn, don't we?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, see, but this is the thing, Benny. If you're a Colonnades local, right, and you were caught in Elizabeth, you needed protection.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because if the locals found out that you were from down south, tough. And it was the same for the Northerners coming down south. You
Yeah.
know, that's tough to. I mean, we used to take it in turns standing out the front, you know, with knuckle busters waiting for Northerners to rock up. It was long days.
I must admit, Fitzy, like having been an Elizabeth local, I always go to that shopping centre every single week. The first time I met my partner, Sam, she was from down south, so she took me to Colonnades shopping centre, and she said, "Oh yeah, it's pretty feral," and I went, "I don't know, like Elizabeth's pretty bad," and I must admit, Colonnades was worse.
It's the ancient debate in Adelaide, isn't it? Like, what is north or south more feral? And then everyone from the north is saying the south, and everyone from the south is saying the north.
I know. Did she say to you, Ben, I love you, Ben, and I know we'll probably get married one day, but see that woman over there. That's what I plan to be, a single mother pushing around a couple of kids.
Yeah, it's a wild place. It's an absolutely wild place.
So, I mean, obviously you're interested, so you're going to want to deter people, but just say there was, hypothetically, a potential buyer that comes around and says, Fitzy, I'm a developer. I have a few concerns. I mean, I've heard that there's a bit of a reputation on Dyson Road. I've heard what people get up to on the grass area out there. Should I be worried at all? What would you say?
No, not at all. And this is the thing. I think Southerners, Liam, we, nostalgia-wise, we have grown up. We like to transport ourselves back to our childhood, that beautiful time in our lives. So nostalgia plays a huge part. So for me, I would rebuild Splashdown Waterslide Park and Lakeside Leisure Park and put it in the middle. And the only way that you can get around Colonnades is either a toboggan or on a water slide. And I know that's old and people are going, you're going back to the old days. So I would introduce the future. Yeah. The only form of currency at Colonnades will be crypto, right?
Yeah.
So you can own if you want to buy something from Off Your Tree or Jungle Fever, it's with Ethereum.
I haven't thought of Off Your Tree for a long time.
Well, there's not enough Off Your Trees around. I would have 20 Off Your Trees at Colonnades.
And they'd all be flat out. They'd all be so busy as well.
Wouldn't be able to get staff over Christmas. There'd be too many people in there.
David, what, you got COVID again? No, I'm just too stoned. I'm sorry, I can't come in.
Fitzy, as always, mate, absolute pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Love you, boys. See ya.
See ya, Fitz.
Ben and Liam, it's like dopamine for your ears.
Ben, I love my fiancée. That's why she's my fiancée. Wouldn't be that otherwise. But there is one thing, if I'm being completely honest, one little thing that puts me off. Is that bad to say?
About personality or physically, or what are we talking?
It's kind of like a physical thing. It's like one small trait, if you will, that I can't look past.
I'd say physical is as bad as personality. So either way, it's bad.
It hurts either way. Yeah. I feel guilty for saying it.
And you know she listens to the show.
She'd be listening right now.
Have you told her this?
No, she's probably thinking. What is it? Look, I'd say, she's perfect in every way. But if I could change,
not every way.
Well, one thing. If I had to be nitpicky, if there was just one little thing,
go on, pick that nit.
It'd be this. Sarah coughs with her eyes open.
That's weird.
It's creepy as hell.
That's so weird. Close them.
So whenever she gets sick, her eyes get bloodshot because they're popping out of her head.
It's so weird.
But, obviously, naturally, if you sneeze or you cough, your eyes are closing. But it's like her eyes kind of go off.
Yeah.
Like the lids are open and there's nothing in the eyes when you're coughing. But it's kind of like looks a bit like when a cartoon character sees an attractive woman.
Yeah.
Like the eyes are popping out.
I'd
or
like to see
you see these people in the Ripley's Believe It or Not books.
Yeah.
And they hold their breath and their eyes pop out of their head.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like that.
Yeah,
and because we had COVID over Christmas and it was really apparent because there was a lot of coughing going on.
Yeah.
And her eyes were bloodshot.
Is it a sometimes thing or every time she coughs?
I suppose it's just the body doesn't have the reflex to shut the lids when, because obviously it's just you're not really thinking about coughing.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, if you're looking at it as she's doing the cough, it's you can't erase that.
Wow, that's weird.
What puts you off your partner? 13 24 10 is the number.
Bit of an honesty hour.
Bit of an honesty hour. Do you feel like you've got one?
I hate how my fiancée Sam, she's recently bought a fly swat and she just hunts flies around the house. That's not physical, but that's more of a personality trait.
I reckon there's probably a deeper one there that you're holding on to, that you're not feeling like meeting me at honesty hour.
Give me a couple of minutes.
I feel like that's base level.
Give me a couple of minutes.
13 24 10. Come on, be honest. What puts you off your partner? Natalie, what puts you off?
Hey, Ben and Liam. My husband, when he eats his food, he slurps like everything, even foods that cannot even be slurped. He makes slurping noises.
Right, so he could slurp like an apple, for example.
Or toast.
Anything. He thinks he just, I don't know, it will stop him from dropping his food if he slurps everything. So it's very annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying, yeah. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to see him slurp a piece of toast for sure.
Yeah.
Just sucking it on the sides. Yeah, that's pretty rank. Betty, what puts you off your partner, Betty?
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
He blows his nose in the shower.
Yeah, I do that.
That's fair.
I do that.
That's totally
Oh.
fair.
So I know it's a bit crook, but it's going
What do
down
you
the
mean
drain.
it's crook? You're in the shower. It just goes down
Hey,
the drain.
Betty, do you wee in the shower?
Yeah, but I don't make it sound like a trumpeting elephant when I do.
I suppose you can subtly do the wee in the shower. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
just a bushy in the shower.
I think it's all right.
Yeah, no, that's
Because all the
fine.
steam, it's the only time you can properly
Oh,
get
yeah,
it
it's
all out.
really, you're giving
Yeah.
yourself a good clean. Kyle, what puts you off your partner?
Hey, she just drops them real bad in the morning. They're disgusting.
Yeah.
They're silent, but they're deadly.
Yeah.
Mine are really loud, but they don't stink at all.
The best
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really in the morning, is it? So she just rolls the leg over and...
Yeah, pretty much.
Crook, you poor man.
Kyle, thank you very much for sharing. Debbie, what's the one thing putting you off your partner?
It's his bowel movements. It's just, I get full details after everyone, and it's just, very annoying.
What do you mean by, like, details? Is he describing it to you, is he?
Getting them out and how much to fill the toilet and,
Yeah.
the colour and
I wouldn't necessarily do that to my fiance, but I definitely do that in the show to Ben. I give a bit of a report
100%.
sometimes.
And
Do you
even-
enjoy the report? I can cut that
No,
out.
I don't think I've ever told you that I enjoy it.
Right, I just thought you.
Yeah.
Now I feel weird because you definitely don't give me reports in return.
Yeah.
but I'd be
yeah.
interested. Yeah, no.
I don't really go at work.
Okay, now I'm the weirdo.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I say the circumference and that sort of stuff. Emma, good morning. What puts you off your partner?
Morning, guys. My husband, he chews quite loudly ice cream.
How do you chew ice cream? It just melts in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't know. He puts a big, spoonful in his mouth and you can hear him actually chew it.
That's so weird. That'd hurt my teeth.
Like, unless it's a bit of, I don't know, Ben and Jerry's with a bit of fudge in there or something.
Honeycomb or
No,
something.
just plain vanilla and he just chews it.
Just the buller. He's munching the buller.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Strange. Thanks for that, Emma. Shannon, last call. What puts you off your partner? Oh, sorry, Shannon's a baby.
Hello.
Goo goo gaga, Shannon. Nah, go for it. What's your story?
Basically, my ex used to put snot on the walls, so I used to scrub them all the time, and I'd be like, what the hell is going on?
No.
And then I saw how I found out he was doing that was he was giving it to his dog.
What do you mean? He was picking his nose and feeding it to the dog?
Yeah, he was. So gross.
That's gross.
Did you divorce him?
I know. Gone now. Yeah,
Yeah.
gone.
That poor dog.
I'm all for feeding the dog, but the dog don't want that.
Gross.
Oh.
That's foul, Shannon.
Crook.
Yes, what a funny story.
And Liam, what did you study at uni again?
Media and communications.
Oh, right. Well, did you know that there's now a course in this?
I reckon I'd stick around a bit longer for this course. Students at New York University, right, can now enrol in a course all about Taylor Swift, and it's taught by Professor Brittany Spanos. She actually joins us now. Brittany, this is insane.
It's wild. Also the amount of attention it's gotten has been really crazy over here too, but I'm excited to be teaching this course.
So it truly is just a course all about Taylor Swift, is that right?
Yeah, and it's in a program that has done other sort of artist and genre specific courses before. So I took a ton of them while I was in college. I took one on David Bowie, another on Nirvana and the rise of grunge. So this particular program is kind of known for that, but she's definitely one of the younger artists.
So what is it called? Is it Swiftology or?
No, it's just a pretty standard name, Topics and Recorded Music, Taylor Swift. So yeah, it's a 2-credit course. It's a half a semester, so it's pretty quick.
And so in the class then, what are you focusing on? Her music, her as a person, like her stardom? What do you focus on?
It's a mixture of things. So digging deep into her songwriting and the business side of Taylor is a really big part of it.
Yeah, right. Professor Brittany joining you this morning on Nova from NYU. She's doing a course on Taylor Swift at the moment. So I like that you're actually deep diving on the lyrics as well. So sometimes you'll just get up on a screen and just have the hater's going to hate, and the player's going to play. What could Taylor mean by that? And then you have sort of like robust intellectual conversations with a room of people. I mean, surely this is getting all sorts of Tay stands from around the world over to the university. How many people have enrolled for the course?
Well, thankfully, the course registration happened before all the press blitz.
Okay.
So, but there was still a long waiting list before then. So I wasn't really sure what type of students the class was going to attract. There is a good number of Taylor Swift stands already in the class. There's a handful of students who, you know, are coming again from the music production or music songwriting side of things, who are just kind of curious about the class and are just more casually interested in Taylor's music, and just were kind of excited to learn more.
Well, look, I never even finished high school myself personally, but I reckon if I made it to university, this sounds like a class or a course that I would be getting myself.
To be honest, it sounds like a fun one.
Yeah,
especially if you're doing like a major in law or something. You're like, I'm just going to just kick around in the Taylor Swift class for a little bit.
Brittany, obviously this is a hard one to answer. I get that there'd be so many different songs, but if you had to pick one, what do you think Taylor Swift's most significant song is?
All Too Well, and All Too Well 10-minute version. I mean, it's
I was just
interesting
about to
from
say,
all sides.
Brittany, I was just about to say, we'll spin that one on Nova this morning. I don't know how a boss would feel about the 10-minute version. Normally, radio edits is kind of how we roll here.
I've got a radio edit of the song here in the system, but it goes for 5.5 minutes. That's the radio edit.
Yeah.
So it's someone's job here to go, we can get 5.5 minutes out of that. And I'm sure the people in your class would hate that if they've studied. They'd be listening to the lyrics going, they've just stripped the life out of that. Well, Brittany, I truly hope the rest of the course goes well. Also, I mean, I don't know if this seems crazy, but you're over in New York. To us, it's America, you know, it's a big city. Like, I don't think it's out of the question for Tay to just pop in one day and surprise everyone. It seems like some video that would go viral online. So fingers crossed she visits you guys at New York University one day.
Yeah, I mean, I would love that.
Oh, Brittany Spanos, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Hope you're having a pod blast with the podcast.
What's trending?
Trending all over the internet.
Twitter. Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Hey guys, well, Dutch protesters in the Netherlands are planning to egg Jeff Bezos' new $700 million super yacht.
Oh no.
I know,
he's going to have
for
to
the guy,
pay
right?
to clean it off now.
Reason being, his giant super yacht is currently being built in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam. And to get it out of where they're building it, they actually are going to have to dismantle a 140-year-old historic bridge to get it out.
If you've got enough money, you can do anything in the world,
Anything
don't
you want.
I reckon Bezos would have sharks with frickin' lasers swimming in front of the boat to neutralize the egging threat.
And now this next story, it's quite actually appalling. You guys know the show Too Hot to Handle, right?
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Okay, so let me set it up for you. It's basically a whole bunch of super hot people on an island. They start with a $200,000 prize pool. Every time they touch each other, that money gets taken away a little bit.
It's too hot to handle. I'm going to lose $5,000 just to touch your leg. That
exactly,
sort of thing.
but I'll do it because you're so hot.
Yeah,
For the first time in the show's history, they did it so much, they touched each other so much that they have reached zero. So they now have no money left. Now, a part of the show...
wicked TV, though, to see that much movement.
A part of the show, they did make a montage of all the times that the contestants have touched each other. They did it to the last post. This is what they played.
I think we all need to take a moment and pay our respects to our dearly departed prize fund. A once healthy $200K has been reduced to nothing but sweet memories.
How could you miss the mark that much? How could nobody in the editing suite go, is this right?
Should we be using that? That is about as tone deaf as Kendall Jenner's Pepsi ad.
I think honestly, I think it's worse.
Yeah.
Like, the last post signifies loss of lives. Anyway.
They don't care. They don't care.
No, they don't. But yeah. And finally, the Winter Olympics. We haven't spoken about the Winter Olympics much yet, but have you guys seen the photos of the food that's being served at the Winter Olympics? My goodness, you guys remember Firefest?
Is it
a few years ago?
Firefest-esque?
It's Firefest.
Is it like the fake cheese with a little bit of toast in the polystyrene container?
Pretty close. It's a polystyrene little container, little lifty lid one.
Never a great start.
It has some tiny bit of pasta, like cooked pasta, but with no sauce or anything. It's got a separate little container of sauce in it. It's got a few chips, and then it looks like chops, but it looks like the chops that you give to your dog.
These are athletes.
What's going on here? Shouldn't they be eating the finest of the foods?
Absolutely.
You'd be thinking that.
And if you are interested today, it's Scotty James, Aussie favourite. Scotty James will be competing at 3:30.
For the record, only name I know from the Australian Winter Olympic team.
The reason I only brought him up.
Yeah, it's the one you should be watching if you're at all interested. Speaking of skiing as well, did you see that video of the French skier that resurfaced online last night?
Where he skis into the pole.
Yeah, he's coming down the slope at speed in a competition and he slams his Jats crackers right into a gate. You can actually hear his reaction.
Oh, the gate to the groin for Yannick Bertrand, and you could hear it. And if you're a man, you could feel it. Wow.
It sounds like, it's like when you're watching those bad lip reading videos.
Yeah.
It sounds like someone's overdubbed it, but that's actually.
Especially, I like, can we hear it again? You hear the screech as he hits it, and then the.
Ben and Liam love you.
Ben, you're getting married in 81 days.
Is it 81 days, is it?
Yeah, I've got a little countdown when I wake up. Those old school ones where you rip the paper off each morning?
Yeah.
It's a huge day for you, your fiancé Sam, and me. If you didn't know, Ben asked me to be his better man at the wedding, which is a huge honour. In fact, it's a higher honour than being the best man. A lot of people don't know that.
Well, no, it was more of a role we made up for Liam because he was upset that he wasn't the best man.
That. You chose your brother to be best man. Interesting. I mean, I know you spent more time together in the younger years, but I mean, in recent years, I've definitely outweighed the time spent. But, it's I'm far past complaining about that because I know I have a special, important role on the day.
Yep.
Just questions, 81 days out. Are you feeling prepared? Is there anything else I can arrange for you?
No, I think you're all good. We've got everything planned now, so I think.
Good. Yeah, I was going to say, keeping in mind my workload's pretty heavy. I mean, I've been doing a fair bit.
What's the most recent
already
thing you've done?
Picked the flowers.
Did
the flowers.
You?
Yeah.
What flowers did you go for?
Chrysanthemums.
Right. Interesting choice.
Did I say that right?
I think so.
Yeah. Did you like them? Did you like the ones
I don't think so.
I sent you the email and
we're thinking more
JPEG attached.
More natives, more just Australian kind of flowers.
Sweet. Yeah. Had that as a backup option.
Great.
Just a quick one. Are you familiar with the old sock tradition?
No.
Okay. Traditionally, the groom will give his groomsmen some socks before the wedding. It's like a bit of an old thing. So
right, you want some socks?
Yeah, I mean we're 2.5 months out. I didn't want to
I
speak out of place, but I was just wondering when the socks were going to come.
I don't think I'm going to do socks for you or my brother.
It's a tradition. I think you should do.
Right,
you should do them.
Just a pair of bonds or something.
No, they have to be funny.
What do you mean?
They have to have a nice message on them, like a personalised message, thanking. Look, I've got a few ideas. I'll just read that in your own time. That's
what you've written down.
I've written down some ideas for personalised socks for myself.
I'll just read it now.
Oh no, don't. It's kind of personal. I'd prefer if you did it in your own time.
I think I'll read it now. So what have you got here? You got ideas for my socks, and then you've got what you want written on there. I found my woman, but I still need my boys. Liam, will you be my best man? Better man.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm not going to get that. We couldn't do this without you. Thanks for everything, brother.
Yeah, just a nice reminder that I was really involved in the process.
Even though you haven't done anything. Other option, ride or die, groomsman for life.
Kind of like Bad Boys,
Yeah.
And I could wear that. I could wear that to work as well, and that wouldn't be. It sort of doesn't date. Those ones. If anything, I prefer that one the most.
You've also got ideas for my socks.
Oh, definitely don't read that bit because I want to surprise you with that stuff.
I love my woman. I love my boys. With a photo of Sam on the side and a photo of me on the other side. Well, and I wear that on the wedding day.
Yeah, you wear that.
You're right.
Under your suit.
Special socks for a special day for a special boy. Love your special boy, Liam.
That was a special one. It's
Yeah,
more like that.
yeah.
I feel like you would have cried if you opened those socks on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one's actually pretty funny. Hope you don't get cold feet.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Blanc, Blanc.
You are on Nova with your mates, Ben and Liam. There is a new podcast out called Hennesey's Hotline. It's Tanya Hennesey's new podcast. She joins us now. Morning, Tanya.
Hello, lovers. On the phone, couldn't get Zoom to work. Who cares?
Yes. No, we have had some technical difficulties this morning, but we're here now. So on your new pod, every week you ask a wild question and you get some jaw-dropping stories. Can we say, for starters, what you gave us last week, we thought, I don't even know if we can do it, but remember the idea you gave us about the murderer?
Oh, my God. What's your connection to a murderer?
Yeah.
We went for it.
What'd you get?
Oh,
some amazing.
So many.
We went like a whole hour with it. We had so many good callers.
Cousins of the Snowtown murderers. We had all sorts. Some high profile. Oh yeah, the churro.
Wait, Ivan the Lack?
Yeah, we had a
You know what
connection.
though? This one here, I'll play one for you right now, Tanya. So this is from last week. What's your connection to a murderer? A guy called Chris called up and he worked at Pizza Hut. Have a listen to this.
So I'm from Sydney, probably about 15 years ago. I was fresh out of high school working at Pizza Hut. You know, we had this new kid rock up for his first shift, doing the close shift, and we thought, well, yeah, we'll drop him home after his first shift, make sure he gets home okay. Following day, he doesn't turn up for work. Tried to get a hold of his dad, no dramas, couldn't get through. Following day again, turns out his son had murdered a taxi driver just before he rocked up for his first shift.
He murdered a taxi driver, Tanya.
Whoa!
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Before he was just whipping up ham and
point.
pineapples.
Honestly, I got to invoice this. Like, you guys owe me money because that is bloody gold. Do you want another one? I got a good one.
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
What do you got?
What do you got for us this week?
Maybe I've got obviously an uncomfortable amount because I don't have a job. But what about what do you swear you've seen? We did it on the pod and it went really well. So I would like to hear, have you seen a panther? Have you seen a mermaid? Have you seen an alien?
Yeah,
Ghost.
that's good. Yeah, I like that.
Have you seen the Loch Ness Monster?
Yeah.
Was he hot? You know what I mean?
I reckon we did. We did. Have you seen a goblin once? And we got a few calls.
Yeah.
I bet. I know. Ben swears he saw Nicole Kidman once, but I don't believe him because he.
I did. I saw her in the Botanic Gardens, and then and Liam said, "How do you know?" And I know because the guy Nicole Kidman was talking to was wearing a hat, and the hat, Tanya, said director on it.
Like, why would a director be wearing a hat that says director, just having a coffee with Nicole Kidman in Adelaide?
And this is why I don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah. Like, there's no way.
All right, who do you swear you saw, Adelaide? 13 24 10, that is the number. Fiona joins us now. Fiona, what do you swear you saw?
So when I was 12 years old, I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw my nana standing there and she said to me, everything's going to be all right, go back to sleep. And the next morning when I woke up, my mum said, Nana passed away last night.
Stop!
No.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And she was like really hazy. So, and I thought it was just because I had blurred vision from waking up.
Yeah. I was going to say, very boring story if your nana hadn't passed away, but that was the kicker.
Or she lived with you and she just said that before, just an hour before she died. But the fact
oh my God.
Yeah.
You boys are the worst. That's so mean.
But do you know what I mean? Like
I
that's,
get you.
That's what Paul McCartney was singing about and Let It Be.
Was he?
When I
can we
find
find the mermaid?
myself in times of
Okay,
trouble.
let's not sing the Beatles, Liam. Fiona, thank you very much. Lucy, what do you swear you saw?
I swear I saw Reese Witherspoon on the Ferris wheel in Disneyland.
Oh, that's
It's pretty believable.
I reckon, if you said, at Coles near my house, I'd say no, but, I think...
Yeah, I was in the carriage with her and her daughter on the Ferris wheel.
Oh, so you were in there. Did you say anything to her?
Yeah. Yeah, I was, yeah. She was really impressed because I was an Aussie and I had my twin sister with me.
Yeah, right.
And she was chatting with us about being an Aussie.
Yeah, that's less of I swear I saw, more of a I know I saw.
Well, actually, put I know I saw for next week. Let's get a goblin on.
Yeah.
100% confirmed saw Reese Witherspoon.
Thank you very much, though, Lucy. Still pretty cool. Heidi joins us. This is when you were a kid, Heidi. What do you swear you saw?
I swear I saw the Easter Bunny.
Right.
Okay, how high was it? Like, was it big? Was it small? Was it like
It was
hot?
big.
What was its energy?
It was like, if you imagine a dog standing upright, it was like that big. And it was towing a red trailer with like one of those little T-bars, you know, those little trolley type, like, you know, you get the blue ones that people take to the beach with all their stuff in. A smaller version of that.
Yeah.
And I saw it run around our reservoir. Yeah. And about
Was
10
it wearing
minutes
a
later-
vest?
Sorry?
Was it wearing a
Was it-
vest?
It was wearing white fur. That's it.
Oh, starkers.
But do you think it was just a rabbit? Like, how do you know it was the Easter Bunny? Was it a whole, like, could it talk? Did it have a basket of endless eggs?
No, the trailer was packed full of Easter eggs.
And Tanya, it was as big as a dog standing up. We've heard the measurement.
Can I tell you that checks out?
A lot of Easter eggs, you know. And then about 10 minutes later, my parents called us and we went to go find all the Easter eggs in the garden that he left for us.
Heidi, that is a wild story, and I'm sure you can hear a whole lot more of those wild stories in Tanya Hennesey's podcast, The Hennesey Hotline. Make sure you check it out wherever you get your podcast from.
Tanya, no mermaids this morning, but we can't wait to hear what you got for us next week.
Oh, we got mermaids maybe on mine. Maybe stand by. We got aliens on mine. I'll tell you, we may or may not have a Loch Ness monster on mine.
No.
Oh my God!
All
Get on the radio, listen to my podcast.
You're on Nova. Good morning.
Here's another bit of curry.
Ben and Liam's World Cup of Rom-Coms.
We are putting movies together every morning. So far, The Wedding Singer has progressed. Sleepless in Seattle has progressed. 10 Things I Hate About You has progressed. Pretty Woman has progressed. They are going to be our semi-finalists.
Yep, definitely heating up in the Instagram comments on the Nova 919 Instagram page. But this is where it matters. This is where you can get on air to have your say.
Celebrate the last summer of the iconic mainline drive-in. You can check the program and book your tickets now at wallace.com.au. If you call us 132410 with your vote, you will be able to come along for free.
Today's semi-final, Liam, we have The Wedding Singer versus Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah, let's set the mood. Hit the music. What if someone you never met, someone you never saw, someone you never knew was the only someone for you?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the tagline for the film. The story of how a woman fell in love with a widower who she hears on the radio pouring his heart out, and how fate brought them together. I mean, who could forget Tom Hanks's touching tribute on the talkback line to his wife he just lost?
Tell me what was so special about your wife.
Well, how long is your program? Oh, it was a million tiny little things that when you added them all up, it just meant that we were supposed to be together. And I knew it. And I knew it the very first time I touched her. It was like coming home. Only to know home I'd ever known. I was just taking her hand to help her out of a car. And I knew it. It was like magic.
Wow.
Launched Hanks, launched Meg Ryan. I mean, they're one of the most convincing on-screen couples of all time.
Hell of a movie.
Hell of a movie.
Hell of a movie. Well, what about The Wedding Singer, hey? This is arguably Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler's best movie together. And we're not talking about 50 First Dates or Blended. We're talking about The Wedding Singer, of course.
I wanna make you smile whenever you're sad. Carry you around when your arthritis is bad.
You got Robbie Hart. You got Julia Guglia. Both have had their hearts broken, and they're left to pick up each other's pieces. And who doesn't think Sandler is an absolute dreamboat? I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The movie is heavy on the com and has just the right amount of rom for me.
Bit of rom sprinkled in on the top.
It's also so successful they turned it into a Broadway stage show. Liam and I have seen it. Incredible show.
It was crazy, I must admit. There's a guy laughing like that in front of us. Erin from Seaford Heights. Only one will go through to the final. What movie would you like to see?
It's got to be 100% The Wedding Singer, guys.
Dreamboat Sandler. Okay, well, we'll see you there on Monday. Vanessa and Nova Gardens, just for calling up. You are heading along to the drive-in for Valentine's Day. What movie would you like to see, though?
I like the old school Sleepless in Seattle. It's got to be Tom Hanks' best movie.
Yeah, very true. You like getting your heart warmed. Okay, Lauren from Burton, what would you like to see?
We have to see The Wedding Singer, 100%.
Alrighty, The Wedding Singer it is. Okay, Vicky, Mulberry Heights, Wedding Singer, Sleepless in Seattle. It's the semi-final. What wins?
Sleepless in Seattle, please.
Okay, that means we have a bit of a dead heat here, don't we? It all comes down to Steph. Good morning, Steph.
Hi, guys. How you going?
Good. Now, keeping in mind, whatever you say is going to go through the final. It'll still have to verse who wins the semi-final tomorrow, but a lot of people who already have their tickets and are coming along to the drive-in are really waiting on your bated breath right now. So, no pressure.
Well, I am definitely going for The Wedding Singer.
All right.
Yeah,
The Wedding Singer.
Why have you gone The Wedding Singer, Steph?
Sorry?
Why have you gone The Wedding Singer?
Oh, it's got the best music in it.
Yeah, true, it does. I mean, and that song I played before, like, if you listen to the lyrics of that song.
Make you smile.
That's in the plane, isn't it? Yeah. When Billy Idol pulls the trolley down. He doesn't even give her the window
around when he's got arthritis.
He doesn't even give her the window seat. Yeah. That other guy.
Well, there we go. That means that The Wedding Singer has gone through to the grand final, which will be decided on Friday.
Will Sandler go all the way? You're going to have to stay tuned to find out. Thanks for calling, Steph. You are heading along to the drive-in for Valentine's Day.
You're on Nova.
Leopod Mencast. Wait, I said that wrong. Ben and Liam Podcast.
Hey, we had a fun show this morning. We were talking all things NFTs. You might be a bit confused. What is an NFT? I mean, we don't even really know, but basically it's art you purchase online. It's unique, and some are more rare than others. And yeah, people are making a hell of a lot of money off of it now.
Look at it like this. You might turn your nose up to an NFT and say it's not real, I don't care about it, but that's what everyone did about Bitcoin 10 years ago, and now Bitcoin is, you know what Bitcoin's worth.
It's crazy. So it's this whole new world thing. Some people are adopting it earlier, others aren't. I mean, even though I find it interesting, I don't think I'll get involved.
And we said, does anyone listening to the radio show this morning own an NFT? We got a call from a woman called Emma. We had a bit of a chat to her about NFTs. You can hear the full thing in the Ben and Liam podcast, but we did ask her, has she made any money from NFTs?
We sold one for $5, which we bought it for like less than $1, and then we sold one for $5.
So what's that in like Australian
dollars?
Yeah, what's in your account?
Well, so that would have been about $120. So
you made $40.
At the moment.
Now, even though we laughed at her expense there, she's actually made way more than that, because Sol is a type of crypto. It's like Ethereum or Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Sol at the moment's worth $150, so she bought it for less than $1. So say she bought it for $140. If she sold it for $5, she would have made about $1,000.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's 2 months of work though.
Yeah.
But then again, geez, I mean, if you work it out, if you know what I want? I wanted like an NFT dealer. Like I want someone to be like, hey, you find it.
Yep.
Here's your allowance.
I'll do it.
I don't know.
I'll do it.
I want someone who knows more.
I'll do it. Why don't I buy you an NFT with your actual money?
It would be pretty fun.
You give me a budget.
Yeah.
Like $100 or something like that.
Yeah, and then you find me. But mate,
I'll buy it.
I'll give you $100. I'll give you $100.
And tomorrow I can tell you what NFT I bought.
Sweet, but make sure it's a rare one, because I don't want this $100 to go to waste. I want that to double by the end of the month.
Or I buy you one, you buy me one.
Sounds good. sounds good.
You're on that.
And that's the end of the podcast. You would have heard earlier that someone got in touch with their friend's number, Taisha, I believe the name is.
Taisha. I think it's just Taisha.
Taisha.
Yep.
Taisha.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's
I've never heard that before.
Taisha, but then she's put in brackets Tay.
Yeah,
Taisha.
So okay, Taisha, and she wants us to prank Taisha and say we're from the government or something. And
are you going to say like you've hacked it, or are you going to say the government's
okay. We'll work it out. I don't know.
Also, can you give yourself a fun name?
Sounds good, mate. I'll do that.
Hello, this is Taish.
Hello, Taish. How you doing? I'm Ricardo Von Trapp from Norton's Internet Security.
Oh, hi.
Hey, just wanted to send you a quick message. I don't know, something's popped up on our servers here that your iPad's been hacked. Is that true?
No.
Yeah, we're getting some flags on our servers. It says you've been on the hub too much.
The hub? I don't even
That is.
Well, I've heard that a few times working at Norton's Internet Security, but yeah, it's, the black and orange website, adult content.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, a lot of things can come through the back door. I don't mean that as a euphemism. I mean, no, that's not a laughable matter. I mean, like, viruses can get through the back wall of your firewall. And yeah, this is a real problem. So I'm just going to need to do a system reboot with you, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
So if you just grab your iPad there for me, if you got it, if you got it near you. You got your iPad near you there, Tasha? Probably on the hub again, I suppose.
Tasha, you there?
My colleague's here now.
Your back door has been breached. You need to act now.
I think Tasha's done that thing where she's like left the phone on but walked into a different room.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe she's going to go get the iPad.
Imagine.
Because
you would think, like, if you believe that, you'd be like, oh, someone's trying to scam me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, though.
No, yeah. Anyway, Tash, I mean, like, she hasn't hung up yet, so she could be hearing this conversation. I think what she's done is she's put the phone down and gone to a different room.
Yeah, I think that what Hannah said was true about the being, like, gullible part.
I think she fell for that.
Yeah, the banter part wasn't quite there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could hang up and call back and see what happens, but I doubt she's going to answer if she thinks it's going to be the scam person.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll end the podcast here with the prank done.
Yeah.
If I'll call her again off air. If she does answer, I'll start recording and we'll pick up the prank.
Sounds good.
All right, see you, podcaster.
Ben and Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.